Alright, and we're back with some more Duelyst, this time from the recent weekend's tournament, Clash of Mythron 3, run by Fate. And the network test is ongoing, so there's going to be another tournament next week, and you can play right now. This means I'm only going to cast a few sets from the quarterfinals, and I'm joined on casting by ImprobableBlob.
Yay, hello.
Welcome, welcome. You're always welcome here. Ex Team Wars teammate, we played a few together now.
Yep, we did. It's good times, good times.
Indeed, indeed. But those past glories are behind us. The highs of second place. The game we're looking at today, yeah, like I said, it's one of the quarterfinals. We got four of those to play, and in this one we got MagisterSieran against Jay. You've seen Jay's decks a little bit before. I think I've talked about them, especially this Twin Fang one. Yeah, so you've seen this Van list before.
You've seen the Vanna list before. It's just normal Vanna with Razorback, really.
Yeah, how strong do
Classic
you think
Ladybot.
Vanna is?
I think Vanna is the fifth strongest faction.
Really?
So it's second worst.
What do you think's the
The
worst?
only I think the only one that's worse than it is Vitruvian.
Yeah, can't really disagree with that.
I mean, maybe it's strong, but I don't know. It feels it has no good win cons. Like you have to get a board and then Razorback, and that's kind of about it.
Mm.
Um, and most other factions can deal with Vanar's board making. So yeah, I just don't think it's that good.
Meanwhile, on the other side, MagisterSieran is running a Magma deck as well, but it's a little different with a bit of Flame Blood.
That's a really weird deck. Like, what's the Merkblood Devourer doing? Um,
Yeah,
I get like Born of Bounded Life Force is funny. And yeah, Flame Bloods, but it doesn't look that aggro. It's not like they're running three Elucidators and all the other stuff.
the Flame Bloods and Elucidators can, do that self damage as well as damage the enemy. So maybe they're just sort of to finish off the opponent and.
I mean, yeah, but I feel if you're going aggro Magma and you're playing things like Flame Blood, then going all in on the rush unit seems like a decent plan. We'll have to see. They got to the quarterfinals, so can't be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, we'll definitely, like you say, I am pretty sure. I think MagisterSieran is like, from my recollection, a bit of a Magma player, so I suspect we might see this deck. But if we don't, we'll be seeing the other one, which they've titled Classic Liner.
Oh yeah, that's just traditional Lionar Bond, isn't it?
Yep, a full three playsets of Bond to go with the big boys on the top end, and a spicy one of Decimate to catch people out.
Yeah, you've even got the two of Magnetize as well, for just bullying Abyssian players who Demonic Claw Ironcliffe into a corner.
Yeah, and Repulse Beast is getting some play as well. I've seen it here and there. Of course, juxtaposition from Songhai.
Yeah,
Yeah, and also, you can use it proactively to clear your opponent's backline as well.
yeah. It's definitely not a bad card, but it's always funny versus Abyssian, as that's the most memorable moments.
Alright, I think that's probably enough a talk. We need a little more action.
Yeah, so it's Magma versus Magma. I think Magisterian is pretty happy about getting turn one. I find in these Magma mirrors, going first is huge. Being able to get that 2-drop into 3-drop, no, yeah, 2-drop into 4-drop, or the Vindicator 2-drop turn is just so strong.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have access to this Vindicator 2 drop, which maybe I thought was a bit weird because you'd maybe want to rush the 3 attack, but then again, you'd be missing out on the 2 healing, which you get if you damage yourself with the Flame Blood first.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of that. You kind of don't want to get that low against Jay's deck because it can burst you out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Have to see how they. Only moving forward one. Uh, Playing pretty defensively. We'll have to see what Magisterian goes for here. Vindicated natural selection seems like this seems like the most normal thing. Oh, they're not even playing the Vindicator. Okay.
Yeah, I think Jay was when your opponent starts off with a Flame Blood Warlock, you don't really want to give them the follow-up hit for the 3 attack guy. I mean, that's quite a lot of damage to take early. I don't think it's actually that bad because then, the minion's gone and it won't hit your other minions, but sometimes it can be a bit scary. And yeah, I agree with what you're saying about Magister Seer, and I thought they would have played it on the tile and then ran it back. But
Yeah, that's what I would have expected, especially because this turn, they can't do something like put the Primordial Gazer down. Like they can't play Vindicator and any other unit, which is kind of unfortunate, really. Like
Yeah,
they can Primordial Gaze the 2/3 and punch face for a lot of damage, but it's not that great a turn.
no, it's
Oh, they're
really.
actually replacing. Okay.
I don't find Primordial Gaze to be too good, except in that one circumstance of you have a Vindicator active on board.
Yeah. I mean, I tend to like play it as like a one-off if you just need an extra card.
Hmm.
Because yeah, it's just nice to be able to have that 6-mana turn where you get a 3/5 rush and a 4/2 rush. But we do see a Repulsive Beast come out, and setting up for a Macantor next turn. We'll have to see how Jay can deal with that. He can clear most of the board and drop a Rejuve and play around Macantor reasonably well, so I don't think this should be too bad a turn. Like if he just plays Rejuve on the top row and moves down.
Yeah, so he can play it like top left of the Mystic and then have the Mystic walk down 2 to hit the 2/2, and Starhorn can hit the. Oh no, you won't want that. What would you want? I guess you can have the Macantor hit
Yeah,
the healing
I think
Mystic
how I
and
would play
the
around it is if you
Rejuvenator.
put the Rejuve above where the Mystic was, move Starhorn forward to, move Mystic down to, you can play around
Right.
Mechanical hitting any 2 units.
Yep.
I mean, this is still fine. Like the Mecantor's not amazing, um, but it's still probably the best play that's going to happen. Just clear the board, punch face with a 3/1. Um, like I feel both players aren't unhappy, especially because Jay can drop an Archon this turn, and it's not that though, right? 17 HP, that's fine, right?
Yeah, for all the Flame Bloods and stuff, it's actually not really been able to put Jay that low at all. Oh, and but he is respecting it, right? So
Yeah, he's respecting it,
using the
getting
removal.
back up to 25. Kind of annoying, really, for a Magisterian. Although is playing into another Mecantor if that happens to be drawn.
Yeah, it's not that unlikely, but luckily in this case not banished.
Um, they do have the Vindicator Primordial Gazer as 6 mana to clear the 4/4 and punch face for 3, which seems like a decent enough combo. Or they could Vindicator Silthar Greater Fortitude if they really wanted to.
No, I think you do use the Primal Gazer off the Vindicator while it's you've got both of them together.
Yeah.
And yeah, they are going to hit. I wasn't sure if they were, because at this point, like you haven't actually made much headway on your opponent's HP. Having a healthy Vindicator actually might be more important, but
Well, like, sure. The only other way to do it would be just to run it away, and then
yeah,
you just get natural selections.
yeah,
Like, sure, this plays into Mecantor, but uh, it's not that bad, I don't think. And it looks like there is no Mecantor in Jay's hand, so we are just going to be dropping a Twin Fang and Kujata Blood Tier. Oh, Blood Tier Kujata. We're not getting an extra. We'd rather the body than the extra ping on the Twin Fang.
yeah. I think that's fine. Like it means MagisterSieran has to clear this Twin Fang off, because I guess they have to clear off either way. But yeah, I think having the body's fine.
I mean, yeah, the clearing off isn't too hard. You just play Vindicator, punch in, Flame Blood, punch in the Flame Blood, and then you can clear that.
Yep. It's,
The ordering there is off, obviously, because you could have had the Vindicator alive on 1 HP.
right. Yeah, you'd have to Vindicator, have it attack, then summon the Flame Blood, then have that attack. Yeah.
That would be correct ordering. Oh,
Then there's
leaving
no way you
leaving the
don't do
Twin
that.
Fang up?
No, maybe they were thinking about it, but like you cannot leave that up.
Okay. I was gonna say, yeah, especially when it's at 8. Yeah, chances of Jay killing you there are very high.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if they
Okay, so what
just.
we're gonna see out of Jay. Just dropping an Archon in his face.
Yeah,
He's getting a bit low though, 12 HP.
yeah. After taking a big hit like that, I think backing off a little would be reasonable, but you probably still want to clear the healing mystic, and then
I
I
mean, you
guess drop an
can
Archon.
Vindicator Flash Archon to clear it and also run away fully. Because otherwise, you're running away. You're only running away like one space, and it's not quite what you want.
If you do that, do you flash the Archon or do you flash the Vindicator?
I'd say you flash the. Oh, that's actually a good question.
I think you
I
flash
want to
the
flash the
Vindicator.
Vindicator because,
Yeah.
like, Vindicator, you don't actually care about its HP. Yeah, that does look like what we're gonna do. Oh, are we actually gonna clear it with the Vindicator? Is that the play here?
I don't think so. Oh, okay. So
Okay, well, I was thinking you could clear it with the Vindicator and then just play the Archon. Okay, he's blocking the path. Also reasonable. And now we'll have to see, does Magisterian have anything other than just Eggmorph and be sad? Doesn't look like it. They are saving up their Greater Fortitudes for a potential Elucidator lethal. Okay, no, they're replacing their Greater Fortitude. There go my predictions. I just think, yeah, like, Elucidator is 7. Yeah, if you Greater Fortitude, Primordial Gazer, that is 11 damage. And yeah, so missing out a little bit there.
Yeah.
And obviously with the Archon, wouldn't be able to cast all those Greater Fortitudes anyway. So
Yeah, Jay was 2 off lethal there. So just going to clear the 4/5.
yeah, it's 2 off lethal, but it's not. Yeah, 2 off lethal. I was trying to think, was there some nonsense with the Mogwai, but it's the same as the Archon, isn't it?
Yeah. And you only get 1 rush minion anyway.
I think technically you could have moved the Vindicator up one
Yeah.
to protect it, but I don't think it matters at this point. Jay is just massively ahead on board, and Magisterian's deck just doesn't have the burst to really be killing. It's already used 2 Flamebloods, which was what would be needed to draw into there for lethal. So yeah, I feel it's kind of over at this point. 2 7/5s in your face. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, what they could have had is a Macanta and a Greater Fortitude, which would have been pretty strong here. But without it, are they just dead, or do they have a way to
They can clear with
elucidate?
Vindicator, and then they can move down and place the Emerald Rejuvenator.
Yeah, so they're not just dead yet. Gonna keep battling on. Um,
Yeah, unfortunately, they feel that they have to clear the 1/1 because obviously they do, because
yeah.
And now they do find the 1 of Bounded Life Force, but and Jay is at 10, and all of Jay's lethals are like hit with face.
Yeah, could be clutch potentially, like either as a heal or like a secret magma spiral technique.
Yeah, I don't know. Was this a open deck list? So does Jay know about the Bounded Life Force?
Yeah, I believe it is open deck list. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Jay should be aware and should be able to play around it. Can even play Keeper on the Archon and play a 1/1 Archon just to bully the spells a little bit more.
Yeah, I think this is good. Like he doesn't know what's in MagisterSieran's hand. It like easily could be something like you mentioned earlier with like a rush minion and some great fortitudes. So yeah, putting up this 3/4 to body block their face, and yeah, increasing the cost of their spells, which
9 mana Bounded Life Force. It feels even worse than it usually does. I mean, Magisterian has to replace something here. Like it's probably either the Bounded Life Force or one of the Primus Fists. Okay, the Greater Force. Okay, now they're just dead. Doesn't matter what they do. There's no way to get through these minions.
is that true?
I feel there's no way to block here. Actually, I suppose that. But if you move down right and place 3 units, General Hit and Keeper will always be able to get through a
Yeah.
4 HP thing. So on board, he is just dead.
Yeah, I think there's nothing they can do. It's just game. If there is, I don't see it.
Yeah, like if it weren't for the Archons, you could technically Bounded Life Force and play a Primus Fist to body block, but here, yeah, this is just dead on board. And Jay is a good enough player to be able to see this lethal.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah, sometimes, you just have to,
Yeah, the replace was just BM. Trust. Oh, is he actually not seeing it?
maybe.
I feel if this were a puzzle, it would be
Quite an easy one.
oh yeah, one of the easy ones.
You just have to move your
But given it's a
keyboard.
real game, you don't know there's a solution where you win the game. Can be a little bit tricky to spot these, especially when your deck is like Jay and you're like, oh, I've got to be the defensive one. I've got to be the defensive one, and so is just sat here being the defensive one.
Don't do
It looks like we are going to see a miss lethal.
No, don't do it, Jay. No, don't do it, Jay. He's gonna do it. Oh,
No, he did it.
no.
Okay, are we seeing infinite keepers? I think we might be seeing infinite keepers, which is funny. And likely still going to be enough to win.
Yeah, they're still in a fine position.
Yeah, but they could have won. There's so many keepers. I don't even know how much mana he has. Like, is he going to? Okay, he's not going to keep another Archon 1/1. It is a pretty nice Mercantor.
Yeah, these keepers, despite being small and numerous, need to be cleaned up.
Actually, I don't know if that was correct. Like, actually, yeah, they couldn't have cleared anymore. I was thinking, the Mercantor only hit one of the 3/4s, so. And yeah, you really want to clear all of them because you know there's another keeper in hand, so Magisterian could just do the same thing again.
Yeah.
Although I suppose this time you just get Spirit Harvested.
Yeah, that's Jay's got the Spirit Harvester.
Oh, Jay's got the Spirit Harvester. I'm looking at the wrong hand.
Yeah, they've moved across each other on the board, right?
Yeah, and also one of them is. Oh yeah, okay. It's also Jay's turn. He is playing all of the Keeper of the Veils again.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to do this next turn because he's going to have to trade his big keeper into the Mercantor, and presumably others are going to get cleared up, but maybe MagisterSieran don't have a way to deal with them all? Yeah,
I mean, that's the hope, right? Obviously, Spirit Harvester would just be incredible here. Obviously, Magisterian doesn't have it in hand. We're going to see. Okay, obviously replace that. Yeah, okay. I guess it's just Mercblood's Repulsor Beast on the 4/4 and clear some of the 1/1s.
Yeah, I thought they might ban Life Force just for a heal, but I guess it's
Yeah, well, then you're not playing anything. It's kind of terrible, really.
Yeah.
And now let's see what Jay's plan is. I mean, they can just do it again if they really want to.
Yeah, they got into quite funny, but not to a weak position with these keepers.
Okay, there is a Plasma Storm. If Jay does that again, it's not the end of the world, right? Because they're still 11 HP up. There's no lethal in Magisterian's deck. They're not playing like Fractal Replication. And yes, their hand is much healthier, and their board is also healthier. So even if they do the Keeper combo here, it should be fine. Keeper combo plus equip the Twin Fang.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nasty for most situations. Oh, it's just a man.
Okay, you just draw a Mercantor.
And yeah, it's pretty trivial to use the keepers to daisy chain that in range.
Yeah.
Jay's not going to get punished for their early mistake.
I mean, yeah, as we said, it was just they had a stronger board anyway, so never punished.